Will 2021 be Raid Shadow Legends' best year ever? Well, today we're going to go ahead and tackle that question in today's video. We're going to jump into the actual data here. How is the game doing? How much money is it bringing in? How many downloads, more importantly, are we having every day or month inside the game? How is it doing globally? And how is it trending in terms of the Google Trend searches? Last but not least, we're going to hear from you guys. Give your opinions on the state of the game, and I'll share mine as well. All that and more coming today, so stay tuned. All right, guys, here we are at Sensor Tower, which I find to be the most reliable and best kind of website when it comes to tracking app data and downloads. Really accurate website. You can also sign up for a premium model to get even more data behind your favorite applications or games or whatever. So shout out all the sources for today's video, by the way, will be in the show notes below. I know a lot of you guys probably don't care how much Plarium makes. Let's be honest, does it really even matter? Not really, but we're kind of showing this in terms of how healthy the game is overall. And I think the data personally can be pretty interesting just to take a look at. That's just me. Feel free to fast forward if you don't care about the actual numbers. So when we go to this is for iOS, as you guys can see, it's for iTunes here. There's 200,000 downloads in February of 2021 with 8 million in revenue, which is pretty incredible in terms of a download to revenue ratio. We don't really see that, not surprisingly, in very many games, if any. So that's just in the United States. But then we come over to February on Google Play, and we're looking at 900,000 downloads worldwide with 11 million, in worldwide revenue. Do some quick math here. That's 1.1 million downloads a month, at least for February. And then we're looking at 11 million plus 19 million in revenue. That's really, really good numbers. So in terms of just the data, Raid Shadow Legends is doing very, very well. As a matter of fact, if we go to the category ranking history, we can see that Raid Shadow Legends, in terms of top grossing game in the role-playing genre, we are consistently holding down the #1 spot pretty much throughout the last entire calendar year. We had one dip over here. Actually, this is just 2021, my bad. We had one dip in early January to #3 and #2, but we climbed back up to #1 more recently on March 31st, which was actually a day or two ago from the time of this recording. We dipped down to #2, but then we overtook it. We retook it in #1. So in terms of the category popularity, I guess at the end of the day too, when you throw this much marketing budget behind a game that is solid compared to other gacha and champion collector games, it might be your favorite, it might not be, but this amount of marketing push behind it is definitely going to make a large impact. Think about it. They're bringing in, say, $20 million a month, and they're pouring, 3 to 5 to even 10 million into marketing every month. Well, we're going to see huge dividends from that. And that's why Raid Shadow Legends, one of the reasons why Raid Shadow Legends continues to be the most popular role-playing game on the Google Play Store. Now, what about Google Trends? What about what people are actually searching for? Well, that shows a little bit of a different picture when we look at the last 12 months in terms of interest over time. We go to an all-time high interest in April of 2020 here, guys, and that's a 99 score. Again, that's the highest interest Raid Shadow Legends have ever had, actually April 26th through May 2nd in 2020. And when we say interest, this is worldwide web search. So take that into consideration. It doesn't mean downloads or anything like that, just how many people are searching for Raid Shadow Legends. We went through a pretty bad dip here in October through December, through the end of the year, basically, of 2020. But then we picked it back up with Doom Tower, and we've been pretty much riding a steady up and down trend since then, ranking around a 70 right now. So overall, the game is holding strong. The question is, where does Raid Shadow Legends go from here? So before I give my opinion, I want to hear from you guys. First of all, the community tab poll. I post a bunch of community tab polls here on the channel. I'd really like to get your opinions either on channel direction or in terms of state of the game, what types of content that you guys like. I just like to kind of get the pulse of the community as much as I can, at least my little community here on the YouTube channel. So do you think 2020 will be Raid's best year? How do you genuinely feel about the current state of the game? Please thumbs up comments that you agree with, as I may reference this poll in an upcoming video, which just so happens to be right now.
Wow.
So it says, you guys are not so keen on 2021 being Raid's best year. 40% of you, so 4 out of 10, say that yes, this will be Raid's best year, but 6 out of 10, the majority of you guys, with about 5,000 votes here, do not think that this is going to be Raid Shadow Legends' best year. And again, I will give my opinion in just a moment, but let me read some of the top comments here. Jack Kennedy says, here's another gripe of mine nobody has addressed from what I've seen. Get rid of item upgrade notifications in global chat. If you're recruiting, your message gets pushed into the abyss in a matter of minutes. I've never seen a game spam its own chat, but yeah, the arena issue, lack of books in silver, all start to add up to an unenjoyable experience. I hit the 200-day play mark today. Due to the arena issue, it took me a month to farm 250 gold points from a Great Hall upgrade. I'll never progress like this. Totally hear him there in terms of the progression issues right now inside the game. For me, I'm actually really enjoying, even though you could definitely look glad. Actually, I'll give my opinion later. I'll give my opinion.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going.
Good points there by Jack. All right, next up here is Tripster QC Solve. Unless they solve the issue with arena books and overpriced offers and time-consuming events, no way they're going to get people back that they lost, and more will go find things stand like that. So basically, they just need to consider the need of the player base a player instead of focusing on the greed of the company. Okay, so a hot take there. That was, I think, the #1 comment. So obviously a lot of you guys inclined to agree with that point of view. We have Dinger23 here says, they need to take a moment to work on some of the major things that we need to make us happy that won't majorly impact their profits. Mainly a dupe system, which probably could impact their profits, but who knows, depending on how they do it. And time spent in the game like silver in book issues. So obviously silver in book issues, I think a lot of people are going to be in that camp. So we have Tyler who says, Ash, I think I speak for half, if not more, of the community. Until Plarium takes community feedback more seriously, I don't think people will give the game the opportunity to become what it can be. And then I'll just read like 2 or 3 more here. I want to try to include as many of you guys took the time to leave thoughtful comments as I possibly can here. I'm sorry that I can't read them all. I do appreciate you guys. After this video, I'm going to read through a bunch of them and heart them as I go through. I have played, this is Muck Duck Mechanic. I've played since the beginning of Raid, although the game has gotten a lot better and a lot of good content. Plarium is very greedy, and it shows that they don't address some of the basic issues the community has been complaining about since the beginning, especially because they're a big name company with games in the pipeline that are going to be directly compete with Raid if they have paid attention to the Raid community and get things more right. Raid will become a fun memory if they don't pay attention to the community. Okay, so he's talking about more games in the pipeline. I do know for a fact there are more. He's correct. There's more games in the pipeline, but from what I have personally seen, none of them are direct competitors to Raid Shadow Legends, and I do stay pretty up to date with the new games being released or coming up in beta and soft launch in Plarium. I have not seen a direct competitor to Raid Shadow Legends, even in the kind of the gacha champion genre. I'm seeing more kind of what do you call them? I guess like mobile strike type stuff, you know, like the really dirty pay to wins, as if there's tiers of dirty pay to wins. I'm seeing stuff like that. Kind of that same, what is it, like Game of War type game from back in 2016, 2017. A bunch of games kind of in the pipeline like that. A couple other kind of niche ones. Maybe I missed something, who knows. Dupe system needs to be their #1 priority. We're going on 2 years with them saying, thinking of ideas. We have Charlie Maxwell says, I think they definitely have a chance if they can continue to improve the game at the pace they have been. Still, some things they're doing is wrong and frustrating. Fusions with 16 new champions, but I started playing the game when you did, and it's undeniable the game is better today than it was then. If they actually execute well on their plans, could be a really strong year. Raid has sick character design that I think resonates with the mainstream audience. The gameplay and the content is so far behind the graphic design, but it can catch up. Raid, if it can catch up, Raid could actually be enjoyable. That's a pretty low benchmark to set for a video game. It could potentially, maybe in 25 years, be enjoyable. I also think there's some minor quality of life changes they should try and do imminently that don't require a huge update and hype to release around. And then we have more complaints about the arena being very difficult right now. I just want books. A lot of people are quitting. I don't know about new players, but as some of friends of Chad's have been, don't bother starting the game because of how pay to win it is. And I think a lot of arena comments in general, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it there here in terms of these comments, but I think there's a lot of kind of, you know, I'm trying to look for the most thumbs up here, but this guy, Josh, stopped playing months ago because he lost interest. And again, arena, talking about arena being a big issue in the game, not playing until arena is fixed. I do have a video, I'm not sure if it's going live before or after this one, talking about the arena with Hell Hades, so that should be coming up soon. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and I'll have that out for you guys. Listen, you guys hopefully know me well enough to know that I'm never just going to pander to you guys. It would be so much easier for me to say, honestly, especially as a spender in this game, that that I love the game or that I hate the game. But I think that, like, you know, if I had to choose yes or no, I would choose no. What did I do? Oh, my community tab, my bad. I would choose no. But let me give a caveat to that, right? I think that the 2021 will be a great year for Raid Shadow Legends. I do. I just don't think it will be better than 2020 because 2020 was a really great year. A lot of people don't realize or recognize just how profitable in terms of money and in terms of downloads, in terms of the player base. Millions and millions and millions, over 100 million players downloaded Raid Shadow Legends. That is insane, especially for this genre. It's really, really unique and special. So can they eclipse that? I doubt it. I really do. But even if they can come 75% towards what they did in 2020, which is kind of where they are right now, around 70%-ish, I think they could have a great year this year. Actually, that last comment that I read kind of really resonated with me too. I think that the skeletons, or the foundation, a better way of saying it, to this game are actually there. I really, really enjoy the game, and not just because I spend a lot of money on the game. I really enjoy my free-to-play account too, and in some ways I enjoy it more. I think that, you know, visually this game is stunning. In terms of the features, in terms of the variety of things this game offers in the game, amazing, right? Like, I think that this game is really good. Otherwise, I would never have started another YouTube channel. I didn't have to do this channel, but it's been so rewarding because I genuinely love the game, you know? With that said, yes, I mean, everything everybody is saying is frustratingly, is that a word? Frustratingly true, right? Because it seems like these little changes could make this game so much more enjoyable. And the message I have for Plarium, if you're watching, probably not.
Hello, is it me you're looking?
Is the same thing I've echoed a few other times here on the channel. And that is, if you give people some of these items, a dupe system, more silver, fix the arena, right? Those are the big ones. If they do that, more silver, dupes, fix the arena, what else am I missing? I'm missing something else. But if you fix those things, you will make so much more money. So much more money. Maybe a drop in profit in the short term. Why are we talking about money again? Because this world runs on money, unfortunately, right? So we always have to consider that, at least when bringing ideas to the table. But if they can fix some of these issues, more players will not only play the game, but stick with the game longer, because retention equals a lot of dinero when you are Plarium, because this game is so money intensive, let's put it that way. So guys, my feeling is, yeah, I'm riding the fence a little bit here, but I really do enjoy the game, and I'm thrilled with Doom Tower and some of the other changes, the new champions they add. Sure, I make a lot of videos ranting and complaining about power creep and about, you know, getting us to spend more and all these things, but overall, I think they've made a lot of good changes. I'm really looking for them to add just those fixes that we keep asking for again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Hello?
Fix some of those things, and this game, I do believe this game has a long 5 or 10 years ahead of it. I really, truly believe that. We see the Clash of Clans. I started uploading Clash of Clans 8 years ago on YouTube. And that game's still going very strong right now. I see, I'm not comparing it to Clash of Clans, but I see that sort of a lifespan possible for Raid Shadow Legends if they play their cards right. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, a little bit different from the norm. If you want to see me do routine videos like this, kind of covering the state of the game every maybe 6 months or so, let me know in the comments below, and let me know your opinions if I didn't read them in the community tab poll. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.